I thought that, maybe now we could do the Mike Mars This Week in Auto History.
Sure, sure, sure.
I got it.
Very good. So we're going to start with, there was a few things I found really interesting this week in auto history, but we're going to start with April the 13th, beginning of the week. Now, in 1865, a major milestone was reached by Pontiac. Now, they did start, was created in 1926, so by this time they had 10 millionth vehicle rolled off the assembly line. Now, this vehicle happened to be a 1965 Catalina. Now, Pontiac was very popular because of their performance, their styling. The American buyers just liked it.
That's
So,
a
of
good-looking
course,
car
It
there.
is. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, GM decided in their infinite influence, decided to kill Pontiac off, and the last one rolled off in 2010. Now, moving up in the week, April the 16th, back in 1908, the very first car that was sold by the Oakland Motor Car Company. Never even heard of the Oakland Motor Car Company. It took place April 16th, 1908. Now, this was a brand that became very recognizable very quick. It was started by Edward Murphy, and they were considered very solid, reliable cars. And, of course, that meant General Motors needed to buy them up. And by 1920s, GM introduced Pontiac, and it was so popular that they did away with the Oakland Motor Car Company by 1931. Now, moving up to April 16th, 2003, to get away from the conventional SUV design, which many people are concerned why, the Honda Element went on sale. Now, this was considered a fresh take on practicality, and it was the lifestyle-focused vehicle, because of the engineering and the accessories that came along with it.
And the ugly unpainted fenders.
That was all part of it. It was built on a Honda CR platform. It was boxy, modular design that was supposed to appeal to the new generation that was adventurous and more outdoorsy. Had the suicide doors, a washable interior, and it was aimed at the active young buyers. And over time, some people still like it.
They all got older and they stopped buying them.
They make
And they
an
boxed it up and they sent it away. Yes.
They make an aftermarket. It's a fake blower you can bolt onto the hood, and I would do that to that. I would get a fake blower with a Wien. Velocity stack on it
671
and
blower.
bolt it to the hood and just drive it around.
Yeah, two 10,000 CFM carburetors sitting on top of it. And while you're at it, put some zoomy headers out the fenders.
And a fake nitrous tank in the back.
Yeah, put them through the fenders like they do on the NASCAR guys.
Yeah.
So moving up to April the 17th. Now, we've talked about this before. Mustang made its debut at the New York World's Fair. Now, this was really cool. It was a big deal. But I did not realize that the same day they were doing this at the World's Fair, that they had all their dealers throw them up for sale the same day. They literally reportedly took 22,000 orders on that very same day that vehicle was rolled out at the World's Fair. They reportedly sold 400,000 of these cars in the very first year it was out there.
Wow.
And it really made a big change in the way people looked at how to do the mass market for these vehicles, particularly the pony cars, which led to a lot more cars coming into that segment.
And everyone was recalled.
Every one of them. So April the 17th, 1970, Apollo 13 astronauts actually returned safely from their little trip. And the reason this comes in is because of the mass amount of engineering and materials that they used to make this mission happen. A lot of it flowed very quickly into the automotive segment in the way it was lightweight construction, the electronics, and how the system redundancies found their ways into the cars because it demonstrated that all this technology could work. So it was really applicable to a lot of things, but it definitely impacted the automotive industry. And that was just a few of the things we found this week interesting in automotive history.
I love the Pontiac story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when those Pontiacs came out. My dad was a Buick guy, but there was a guy that he worked with, and he managed to have a new Pontiac all the time. And he had the Pontiac Grand Prix, that car that
Yep.
you showed there earlier, and I just thought that was the cat's meow.
Yep.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
looking body, had lots of power, a
Yep.
luxurious interior, but it wasn't up there at the Cadillac level. It was in the sportier, cool level.
I saw one recently that was restored, and they're very, very few around to actually get parts for. And there's not a lot of parts left, not even the new in stock box type stuff. 8 lug wheel.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yes,
My
that was
dad
very
had a Catalina. Yep.
that was very unique.
Yep. Very good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, thank you for that, Mr. Morris.